This is Pestily and welcome to another Escape from Tarkov video. Today, Battlestate Games
Alright, if he pops his P's a few more times, we might have to fucking...
has released the patch notes for patch 0.14.6.0, and boy, it's a doozy. We've got a few things to go through. So without further ado, let's crack straight into it. So just a few moments ago, the servers went down for Escape from Tarkov, and
for me personally, I think DLCs are not good for gaming. I think if you're going to have a game be a game, you can have like live service and that you're continually updating and improving the game. But DLCs and like when you think of a DLC, like an expansion, shit like that, I don't think that shit's good for gaming. If you're going to release a game, release a full fucking game, unless it's live service, which you continue to like work on, release and update on as it grows and develops, etc. I'm not a fucking fan of like Halo Infinite. The game's free, but the DLC PvE isn't, or however the fuck they ended up doing it. I'm not a fan of that shit. And like the same sort of thing with like Overwatch. Oh, the game's free, but if you want to do the PvE fucking DLC.
Release the patch notes for what is a 6-hour downtime. Going to go through the patch notes from the top, so let's begin. We present the Escape from Tarkov 0.14.6.0 patch notes. The Unheard Edition. Now, this is the one that they said during my interview where they would have a new edition of the game that would be better than Edge of Darkness. So, the Unheard Edition is now available for purchase from the website and featuring the following. Now, before I go any further, there is actually a trailer video also showing off this edition.
Let's be honest, guys. This looks great. This looks great. The textures on the gun, the wear and tear that would naturally be there over usage and handling and bumping and grinding. Like, the Tarkov looks great, and I love the game, but Jesus, they gotta throw us a fucking bone here. Have a little respect for us, you know what I mean?
So if you haven't checked that out, that's on their YouTube.
Game that's not even fucking released shouldn't be selling DLCs, and not even selling DLCs, but like 6 years in advance. I've been an EOD member for well over 4 years, going on almost 5 years, and they were selling EOD. Had to have been way before I came along. Yeah, 100%, bro. Like a fucking beta should not have DLCs. Like I was saying earlier, if you're gonna release a game, release it completed. Like, I don't like, if I don't like DLCs on a fully released game, shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can imagine how I feel about a fucking DLC on a beta. Well, like I was saying earlier, Pest is a very cool, calm guy. I'm curious to see when we get to some of the more like ridiculous bullshit, how he, cause like, I didn't know about that other device, the fucking sending invites out to everybody on your fucking friends list shit. Like, that is in, like, bruh. You're literally giving motherfucker, like, yeah, the whole, oh, they won't attack outside of this radius. But you're literally giving people like an entire other like functionality within the game because they paid more money. Like, it's not like again, other things are obtainable. These weapons, you can slowly grind levels in, you know, gunsmith or this out of the other and grind out and make these weapons. But like, bro, you can't get these pockets. You can't like all that. You can't get these fucking this device, this electronic item, this radio electronic item. You can't get the other device that like sends your friend request when you're in trouble or whatever. Like, say there's a raid, right? 12-man raid. Can you join that as a solo? Pop that shit at the start of the raid, and then have like, is there a limit to how many of your friends can join? Or can you just have 12 motherfuckers hop on in that raid with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that could be some of the most fuck shit ever. So I'm curious to see what Pestily feels about like some of the deeper shit. There's only been a few times I've had a higher sniper skill than 3, and that's literally me. And then looking at the gun and picking up every fucking goddamn bullet and at the start of every raid for about 3 to 4 fucking minutes for like 100 hours. You know what I mean? Like, that's, and Pest, like I said, oh, level 3, it's kind of going to give you it's a slight edge early on. Bro, level 3 fucking, depending on what the skills are, was it level 3 attention? So you can hear people from further away and shit. Like, you know, man. Yeah. Did they say if it's infinite usage? So if it's, that's what I was saying, bro. If you and your friend, like, say 5 of us have that device, just running a raid. If 2 or 3 of us die, just pop the motherfucker. They get an invite right back in. Pick their shit up. We're a 5-man again. You're buying them from the gulag. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking frustrating, bro.
Now, the unique radio electronic item, Mark of the Unheard. I have no idea what this is, and we'll have to get more clarification later.
Okay, see, like, hopefully before the end of this, he has like a bit more clarification, because again, that's a big sticking point that I really feel like if Pest knew what that was, I don't feel like obviously, I think we all agree he wouldn't just like brush over it that quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Now, more slots on the flea market. So at the moment you start with 2, and then you unlock at like level 8 flea market rep, and then so on and so on. This will mean you'll be able to actually sell stuff earlier, or not earlier, you'll be able to sell stuff at the same time, but you'll be able to sell more at the same time, which is actually quite an advantage. My initial thoughts on this is it is technically pay to win. I think EOD was pay to win. A lot of arguments going each way on that.
For me, EOD could be argued that it's pay to win, right? You can, there is some validity to that argument, but what shoots it down for me is that pretty much any and everything there was obtainable in game. You know, like you could get the stash upgrade, and like, you know, when it comes to the Gamma container, in all honesty, man, the Epsilon, I have gotten the Epsilon multiple times. It's not that hard to get, and if you play the game and you play the Punisher series, like force through it, you can get the Epsilon quick as fuck in game. And the Epsilon is 4x2, and you can fit a fucking tank battery in the Epsilon. The Gamma is 3x3. It's 9 slots compared to 8, but it's a square, so it's much more difficult to fit like certain items you can't. Whereas like there are many more things that you can just pop in your Epsilon. So like, arguably, yes, EOD could be considered pay to win. There is some validity to that argument, but I think it, like I said, it gets shot down by the statements I just made. There's nothing that you get in EOD that you cannot play the game and get. And again, people could argue like about the Gammas compared to the Epsilon, etc. But the fucking devices and shit are rough, bro. The levels and shit, like, you know, like if you're, say you're 2 Moslings running around, 2 Nakeds with Mosins, right? He's, you know, we're 4 hours into the wipe. Well, he's already level 3 sniper. Guess what he can do? He can reload substantially quicker at level 3 sniper than you can. So you 2've thrown you 5 shots and you're running around now. Well, guess who's going to be able to fire first in that little altercation there? The guy who has the Unheard Edition. You know what I'm saying? The perception or attention, whatever it was. So not only if it's a Mosling, right, he can hear you from further away. He can reload his rifle. I mean, level 3, it's fairly a big difference between level 3 and level 1 that early in the wipe, in my opinion. Like it's noticeable. Like it is noticeable. I even think, what level is it you even get the special reload, you know?
I haven't really put enough time and thought into it. My initial thing is, sounds like a little bit of a money grab, but it's also giving people what they ask for. A lot of people want offline PV co-op progression.
But yeah, here's the thing though. That, like he already said, that already exists. Just change and update what already fucking exists. There doesn't need to be this $250 edition, $100 upgrade bullshit, you know?
So that's interesting to see that they actually went ahead and just added it to an actual edition of the game. So I think there will be people that will just be buying this so they can play Tarkov without having to run into
100%.
cheaters or other players, and they get to experience the game with that progression without having to reset their account. So I think that's going to be a big selling point of this. And then on top of that, having all that extra stuff, it's a nice perk on top. I think personally, if I could have anything out of all that list, it'd be most likely the expanded PMC pocket sizes. The skills don't really bother me too much because it's only...
Again, like we said, of course, the skills don't bother Pestily. Pestily's a fucking... He's literally the 1% of the 1%. Him, Landmark, Willers, a handful of other people, you know. Deadly's close to up there. Fucking there's a bunch of guys, you know, Hyper Rat, a bunch of fucking dudes that are crazy fucking good, right? Crazy fucking good. So three levels isn't much to them because they'll be getting that shit quicker than all of us combined divided by 100, right? But like he obviously, like he even said, so he does not know what this does or is intended to be, nor did I when I first heard of it. So obviously, I think he would change what he's saying now and some of his opinions if he understood what this was a bit deeper. And if he also saw what we just saw before he watched the video about the additional item you'll be receiving, the signal shit. This, you know, oh, you press a signal when you're in danger. It makes a flashing light and a loud noise and sends every single member of your friends list a message and invite allowing them to join your raid and help you. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? I definitely don't think he's aware of fully of those two right now in this. I don't know. I don't want to say he's playing dumb, but like obviously he's not home. He's not like doing a video like he normally would. He's like on the road, or like you can tell you know, the mic he's using, everything. This is like thrown together real quick. You know what I mean? But so like, I don't think he's fully aware. That's what I was saying. If he knew what those devices were and the fact that the additional equipment is a soon to come device, and then like the fucking junk box, the weapon case, the ammunition case, like on top of the level 3 ability to reload certain, you know, snipers faster and hear people from a further distance, and like I definitely I don't see him just brushing over that if he knew about it.